Squatting with the bar is painful on my neck. Is using a pad recommended, or is it a no-go? No. It is a no-go.
Yeah, it's a no-go.
100% no-go. Using a pad when you're squatting makes it nearly impossible to have the correct stabilization of the bar on your shoulders. It's really difficult in order to like place it where it's supposed to be.
Think about doing a squat on a Bosu ball, and instead of having your feet on the Bosu ball, you have the barbell on the Bosu ball. And the Bosu ball is the thing, the pad. Yeah. Like it's just
That's a great analogy.
Yeah, it's very unstable.
So if you're using a pad for help, you probably want to work on building up your lats and traps, one. And then two, if you want the barbell squat and you're worried about bar positioning, you can try the Smith machine. You're not going to love it like as you're going heavier. I think it's hard to execute a squat properly when you're using a Smith machine, but just bare bar to know what it feels like and where it's supposed to sit on your shoulders and traps.
So when you squat with the Smith machine, you can do it a certain way, but you have to be very, very sure. So make sure that your lats and traps are totally fucking locked into that barbell. And put your legs out farther than you would on a normal squat. The way that the Smith machine works is you only have that straight line, so there's no room for deviation on your barbell path. You want to kick your feet out a little bit so that you're sitting on an invisible chair. You're kind of doing a no box squat on the Smith machine.
Yep.
But the great thing about the Smith machine is that it'll help take some of that stress off the weight because it's got pulleys. So your weight's not going to be an accurate loading thing. Like if you have 45 pounds on each side of the barbell, you're not actually lifting 135 pounds because you've got the pulleys, but you're still going to work on your form and you're really going to figure out where that barbell is supposed to lay.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like the Smith machine is it's a great piece of equipment, but you have to know how to use it. It's kind of like the Chuck Norris Total Gym. Like you can do a fuckload of things with the Smith machine as long as you know how to use it properly.
Yep. And if you have questions about that and you're wanting to figure out what that bar does feel like, so you want to try this, I would go ask somebody from the front desk to help you.
Yes, that's why they're there. Working on your lats and traps, you're going to want to start doing lat pull downs. You're going to start doing, lat raises and delt flies and stuff like that. The good thing about building your traps, lats, and your delts, God, that's a lot of fucking letters. Traps, lats, and delts. Oh my. You can build them pretty easily because, your lats are going to be the biggest muscle group in that. And even your lats, you can put a lot of mass on quick. You just have to be very diligent about it and make sure that your loading schemes are not reckless. Because if you go too heavy, you'll fucking wreck your back. But yeah, we don't love using a barbell pad because there's too much room to roll around and shit. Like, it can roll front and back. So it could either roll over your neck, it could roll off your back, or it's going to make it like tippy. Like, have you seen the Wacky Stairs episode of The Simpsons? Wacky Stairs! And they're fucking flying all over the place. That's what it's like to squat with a barbell pad because you're not anchoring it to anything. It's kind of just floating on this little fucking, and honestly, let's talk about how useless the fucking pad really is because it's not very thick.
Yeah.
It's all in your brain. It's all in your brain. It's totally one of those psychosomatic things. You think it's helping, but it's really actually probably more of a detriment.
Yes.
So if your neck is hurting, you probably have the barbell up too high. Yeah.
It should not be in video. You can see me. On audio, you cannot. But if it is physically on your neck, that is not where the bar should be. It needs to be literally where your neck, if you're doing high bar, which is if you're a beginner and you're hurting your neck, that's probably where you're at on your journey.
Yep.
It should be where your neck literally meets your shoulders and like maybe a half inch down, straight across.
Put your shoulders straight back.
Yep.
And you'll feel that ledge.
Yep. There's a little shelf that it'll fit on.
So for me, it goes like, it's about an inch from the collar of my shirt from bra strap to bra strap. You can totally feel it when you do that.
Yep.
So check the bar positioning. It should be on the tops of your lats and your shoulder, or your traps and your shoulders. There's a good shelf. It's going to feel weird at first. It does kind of hurt at first. That's normal.
It does. Yeah.
If it hurts, wear a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Just wear an extra layer because sometimes it hurts because that knurling is rubbing up against your skin.
I always, if I'm squatting, I've gotten used to it now, but when I first started squatting, I'd always make sure I wore a t-shirt or brought a hoodie with me on those days.
I used to have a callus.
Yeah.
I had a callus on the back of my neck from where the center knurling of that one barbell was that we used to use. And now I don't anymore, but please don't use that.
Stop using that immediately.
Yeah.
And you can do high bar, low bar, like I mentioned. But if you're a beginner, you're probably going to want to have it higher.
Yeah, high bar.
Find that little shelf. We do have an entire episode dedicated to the squat. So if you want step-by-step pointers on mastering your squat form, that's probably 4 or 5 episodes ago.
Yeah, it's called Drop It Like a Squat.
Yep. But the TLDR of this, there is a pad at Meathead Test Kitchen headquarters. There's also a pad at the Shred Shed, and the only thing that it is used for is hip thrusters.
Yep. That's the only reason I own a barbell pad, is so that I don't squash my fucking mons pubis while I'm doing fucking barbell hip thrusts.
Exactly.